Consumers' receptivity to advertising is a critical part of its success, but it's under threat. Receptivity is our most precious asset. That's the inconvenient truth. The volume and intrusiveness of advertising has increased exponentially already. But in the future there'll be more of it as brands try to be always on and target more tightly on contexts and situations and people's behaviours. If we continue, we will turn off our most precious asset. If you walked in your consumer's shoes, what would you feel? Pollution comes as brands compete to be heard, but more clutter reduces response. And so what happens? Brands shout louder still. There's also a tenacious targeting torment as we chase consumer response. While online response rates decline, brands chase harder. Too much intensity turns people off brands. People's feeling of control is a big factor in how they receive advertising. But we're taking that away. The impact is a rise in ad blocking. We're valuing the wrong things. We're valuing share of voice, attention, immediate response and transactions, where we should be balancing that and placing more value on building emotional connections and building meaningfully different brands. Share of heart needs to be as important as share of voice. We should value the emotional connection as much as the transactional one. We need to deploy a wider media mix because that's the best way to reach people when they're most receptive. It might sound obvious, but positive consumer feedback should be sought before any content goes live anywhere. And we need to think about the content and the way in which it will be received. We need to value higher quality media environments. They can be hard to monetize and they can be hard to prove the value of. But it's important that ads are delivered in a way that gives people a good experience. Consumer targeting, it can be positive if it's done in the right way. Audiences are becoming fed up with the volume and intrusiveness of advertising, but we need them to engage. Share of voice, frequency and intrusion should not be a substitute for thought and effort to create emotional as well as transactional connections. We need to understand what consumers feel to be of value and deploy it across a range of touch points. That's how we deliver a better ad experience, and that's the way we get better receptivity.